Hello, 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 my people. How are you? I'm coming here to make a huge announcement, first of all, and second, to talk about how to turn your content into sales, actually, because this is one of the most important things in your business. But first, I want to announce something because, I have been planning this for almost like forever, but today I sat down, I wrote the program, and it's ready to go. And this is the new series that I'm starting inside the Success Circle, Tuesdays to Slay. This is your weekly space for bold strategy, real activation, and building a business that actually sells through your content. Not just like show up online. No, I want to talk the raw things that are happening in life, in business, all the stuff that you're asking me in the DMs, that I see in the comments when I'm asking you questions, when we're having conversations, real things happening with my current clients, with past clients, everything I have been through. This is going to be real, battle tested strategies and experience. No fluff, I'm totally no fluff person. No theory overload. I will be sharing lived experience, and this will be no random posting advice because we're all sick of this already. This will be all about clarity, the direction, the kind of shifts that turn your social media into client attraction system. So check the event section in the Success Circle. The first 4 live sessions have been already added. If you are still not in the Success Circle, hurry up, comment here Success Circle, and I'm going to send you the link to join. This is my private community, which is full of incredible, powerful coaches and entrepreneurs. All these people are amazing in what they do. We are having different conversations. I'm now kickstarting this Tuesdays to Slay series, which is going to be amazing. And I want you to be there because when you're in the room with empowered people, when you see other people who are selling through their content, who are evolving, who are constantly growing, who are in this powerful energy and mode, it's totally different. Put yourself in the right room and with the coach and the people who are going to expand you, not to stay with you in the void, not to, to be this type of fake positivity or too much of the victimhood. No, we want for you to have a very stable baseline and to grow from there. And this is what is going to be happening in Tuesdays to Slay. I want you to come in the Success Circle. I want you to connect with other people, with other coaches and entrepreneurs at different stages. So, this is the power of the group energy when you're seeing someone who is further ahead and you are saying, oh yes, there is so much more potential for me. Or you're seeing someone who is a little bit behind you and you're being able to say, yeah, I have been there and I have overcome this and I'm already growing. And it's so powerful to be in this group environment. So if you're not in the Success Circle yet, comment Success Circle and I'm going to send you the invitation to join us. You will also have the stage to promote your offers, to connect with all the other people, over 1,000 people already. The group is constantly growing by itself already. And I'm so proud because less than a year ago, it was so restricted and it was really heavy to revive it. But you see, leadership in action. Everything is growing. My content got monetized recently, like less than 2 months ago. So let's go. There is so much potential. Things are working when you are doing the work, of course, and when you are consistent and you actually want to build a real sustainable business. All the strategies I'm giving you are working. Okay, so let me get to the today's topic, and it's about content, of course. Content is the most important asset in your business, and I'm saying asset on purpose because too many people are considering content like I'm throwing some content on the low, but especially nowadays when Meta is actively monetizing your content and you can earn money on your content while you sleep from content that you're putting there anyway, you'd better make it a killer. So you make money, you monetize the content that you're putting anyway there, but you also have people, your ideal clients, the people who you want to help and to impact, also buy from your content. And one of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make once they start making money from their content and social media is believing that I need to do more now. More content. I need to put more content, and when I put more content, more people in my audience are going to buy. When I put more content, this automatically means more growth and sales. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that. And now I know everything that you start thinking, especially if you are someone who already makes sales from your content. People are already actively engaging. People are coming in your DMs. People are saying, I am in. People are actually buying. And I know what you're thinking, but I need to keep growing. But I need to convert more people. Yes, that's the vibe and the direction, but throwing random content on the wall is not working. I see this every single day. I had clients who were sending thousands of emails every week. I mean, to thousands of people. And nothing was sticking. And this is what so many people are doing, producing more, but there is no real intention behind it. There is no actual strategy. And you're saying, yeah, I want to sell my services, or I want to get people on a call, or I want to get people to my DMs. But there is no real intention in what you're writing and putting as a post or sending as an email. There is no actual strategy behind this mass amount of content. And especially now with AI, the fluff is outstanding. Like, look, guys, I'm not against AI. I do use AI. But the thing with AI is that it should be your employee. It should not be leading you. You need to be leading it. You need to know your ideal client in their core. And this way, to write content and to use AI as amplification of your skills, of how you are writing, how you're using your voice, your power, the transformation that you deliver. And this is happening a lot with my clients. And as soon as I get there and we do this content audit, we review everything. Is it on brand? Is it the actual transformation that you can deliver? And 9 times out of 10, the positioning is totally screwed. Like, the positioning is completely off, and then you're expecting to make sales. And yeah, sometimes people make sales, but then they come to me and say, yeah, I have some clients, but like they're constantly having objections. They are constantly complaining, and I'm selling so underpriced offer. Like, I have almost no profit. And when I see the positioning and the actual messaging, of course, it's going to attract these people. Of course, sales are going to feel very heavy, like dragging people uphill. And the minute we adjust the positioning and the messaging, people start signing clients from 3 emails. and they are sending me a DM, and I love this feeling. But it's like, oh my gosh, we already got 3 leads, people who want to buy from these 3 emails, and we were using some email marketers that didn't brought a single lead for a whole year, and you wrote 3 emails and now people already want to pay us. Yes, this is what's happening when your positioning is correct and when you know how to write content that speaks to your ideal client, to their desires and their needs. Not that type of content where you want to keep them in their victimhood. No, we are not speaking to these people, because these are the people who are the unaligned clients who are going to have tons of objections. Not like that fake positivity, but reality. And this is so easy to do, but so many people are overcomplicating it because of all the noise that is all around the internet, and that you're using AI in a way that you're not leading it. And I have a question for you. First of all, share this live with whoever needs to hear it. Say hello in the comments, put a hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. Let me know you're here, and let me know if this actually lands for you, if you are in this situation, or do you find yourself in any of the examples I'm giving. And I want you to tell me, do you actually have a content strategy? And I mean, not like I have 5 pieces of content ready, scheduled to post, but an actual content strategy with real intention to build your brand, to connect you with your audience, to sell your offers and spaces. Tell me in the comments. Who is catching the replay? Write in the comments. I will check I'm not seeing your comments anyway. I'm going to check them when I'm done. Let me just see if we are live, to double check. And let me know if you hear me well, if you see me well. So let me know in the comments, do you really have an actual content strategy? And then the next layer. What's the goal of your current content strategy? Are you building your brand? Is it meant to build an audience connection and to condition your audience? Is it built for impact? Is it built for sales? What's currently happening and what's the current goal of your current content strategy? And when you look at it, my next question would be, is your current content actively attracting your ideal client and converting? Not when people come for endless DMs, endless conversations that end in the nowhere, not endless sales calls that end with no sale, or probably you have 1 sale out of 30 calls. Is your content strategy actually bringing you ready to buy people who are actively buying, actively signing up for your free things, giving you their email, people actually buying? Are you getting DMs like, I just found you today and I want to work with you. How can I work with you? And my next question will be, is there a mismatch between the content you're putting and what you're expecting? Like, for example, Maybe you're creating content for connection and you're expecting sales. Answer these 3 questions honestly. Tell me in the comments. And this is not, we are not judging anyone here. That's why we are here, to answer these questions and to find the solution for this. This is no judgment. This is not for you to feel like, my content strategy is doing nothing. No, that's not the point. The point is to become aware and to take radical responsibility for your business and your behavior, what you're actually doing right now. And do you need to improve it? And of course, there is always a place to improve, but on the scale from 1 to 10, how well is your content actually doing its job to sell? 1 is, I'm not even putting content out there. What are you talking about? 10 is like, I'm selling every single day. People are buying, people are buying, people are signing up. I have so many clients. My only problem is that I have too many clients. This is 10. And be honest with yourself, so we can actually do what we need to do. Your content is the most important asset in your business, because it plays a very crucial role in your visibility, in your brand building, connection with your audience, and funneling people to actually buy. Your content is in your posts, in your lives, in your emails, on your sales pages, everywhere. That's why mastering revenue-led positioning, mastering content strategy is one of the most crucial elements in your business at any stage, regardless if you currently make 5K months or if you're making 500K months. Your positioning and messaging are the most important asset, or one of the 3 most important assets in your business. And I see so many intelligent business owners often being quietly disconnected from their own marketing. Because from the outside, they are doing everything right. Like, I posted the content, I showed up, I have my sales page, I have my content strategy. On the surface, it looks like everything is check, check, check. But most of you know very well that a huge part of what's currently happening with your content is noise. You're not activating people to buy. That's why people are not actively in your DMs, or you're not waking up to sales. What's currently happening is that your content is fragmented. That's why your sales are fragmented. That's why you say, yeah, I have some sales, but it's inconsistent. I'm not sure what's working and what's not. Half of the time I'm guessing. And too big part of your current content strategy is not funneling people correctly. It's not activating them to actually make a buying decision. And for many people, your content stopped feeling like a body of work and started feeling like performance. And I see people in the success circle submitting posts daily because You can freely post and promote in the Success Circle. This is an intentionally built space for us to have, this space where everyone can share their offers. You can get visible, you can attract clients. And I see people submitting posts daily, and trust me, most of them really do nothing. They are noise. Most of the posts are total shit, let's say it, because someone needs to tell it to you. It feels like, for many people, and especially the clients I work with, when I start auditing their current content and their current content strategy, because when I start working with someone, I'm not telling you, no, use my methodology, this is the only thing that works. That's total bullshit. Total bullshit. Because there are so many different strategies you could be using depending on your personality, on your brand voice, on what you're selling. Of course, what is working for me as a business and marketing mentor is not going to work for someone who is spiritual, in the spiritual business niche. Of course, it's going to be different. And that's why I always start, when a client comes to me, I'm taking into account all the assets, the brand voice, the brand values, like what are you currently doing, what's currently working, what's currently not working. And many times, it looks like as if you're entering into someone's home and every piece of furniture is bought separately in different eras. Like something was bought emotionally, impulsively, at different stages of their life. One chair belongs to a luxury penthouse. Another looks like as if it came from a student apartment. One room feels calm and refined. Another feels like really loud and chaotic. And yet, technically, it might not be wrong. You might say, I want to have a diversity. But the space doesn't hold, this coherence. There is no real identity. And so this is what's happening with your content oftentimes. Because once your content starts working and you want to scale it, especially if you do it before you stabilize the current stage, what happens is that one post is what you're actually thinking, what you can actually say, and how you can actually impact and serve people. But the next day, you do a trending hook, let's say. Or you see someone saying, this is the only way it's done. No, try my strategy. No, my strategy is the only thing. And you do something completely different. Then you do some educational content that sounds like everyone else in the industry, and your client has already seen 47 similar pieces of content today, and you're just blending in. So in the end, you say, yeah, I have a content strategy, but do you actually have a content strategy that is doing its job? Like one of my clients, she's very sweet, amazing woman, but she was posting pretty much randomly. She didn't have a real content strategy designed to sell. Yes, her content was to the point of what she does, but it was definitely not really connected piece to piece. There was no structure behind that is going to hold and to turn it into high converting copy. It was not built to actually make sales. And when she met me, she found out that she can actually make sales from her content alone. She became aware of what's currently happening, what she is currently doing. She was honest with herself. She took this radical responsibility and said, yeah, my content is not doing what it needs to do. She said, what I'm currently doing is a total waste of time. She moved quickly. This woman was fire. She said, oh my God, I want to work with you. Show me how and what I need to do. And just like that, we built it. We actually didn't pivot because you're not coming to me to, constantly circle in this strategy or that strategy or blah, blah, blah. I don't want you to loop in these circles and constantly change something. I showed her how to evolve her business and sales through her content strategy. That's the architecture behind the expression and the expansion. This is where sophisticated content strategy becomes essential. And sophisticated could be very different if you are weight loss coach, if you are a Reiki master, if you are in the spirituality. This could be different for everyone, and it will be. We are not doing this one size fits all here. And, at a certain level, like once you started making sales already from your content, and especially nowadays with AI and everything that's currently happening technologically and what we are seeing now, oh gosh, your audience is not looking for information. They want a leader. And this is this is buyer psychology. This is what premium buyers are looking for. They are looking for a leader, for someone to show them the huge real transformation, not to overwhelm them with more information and like more strategies that are the same recycled advice. Not to tell them like, what is the quantum field and how to manifest? Or you need to eat healthy or eat protein and lift weight. Yeah, bitch. What if I have an insulin resistance and I don't feel okay eating tons of meat? For example, you get it, right? Stop sounding like a basic bitch and start thinking of your client, their actual needs and desires. Actual needs and desires. And yes, of course, you cannot help everyone, but that is one you need to be very clear on your offer and who are you positioning it for. And when someone comes in your DMs, you can sell them different things. Because not everyone will need the same thing. And if you are currently selling a specific offer and someone comes to you and has an objection or has another thing they want and need, you need to be able to work with them, to tell them, okay, this offer is not for you, but this space is. It's all about your clients, not your sales or you. Your sales are a byproduct of the depth and mastery of your work, your experience, your expertise, and how you are actually articulating this in your content. Because there are so many great people, but their positioning is totally off, and this is why sales are not happening easily. I have clients staying with me from 12 months to 36 months, 3 years, because of that mastery, because of disrupting all non-working practices, and because I give them the strategy that AI can't produce. Because I impact businesses with my experience and knowing what works and what doesn't. Because I have been in marketing and sales for more than 12 years. I have been a brand manager in the corporate world where I scaled multiple brands to multi 6 and 7 figures. I have consulted world-known companies in different niches, different industries. I have worked with coaches, with service providers, with products, with anything. I know which strategy works when, depending on your current stage of your business, of your audience. And every time when someone comes to work with me, I create unique positioning and messaging for every client, not just this cookie cutter girly, wow, be on the high vibe and generate conversations, build genuine connections in the DMs. Are you serious? Like, I'm busy. You are also busy. You have a business, you have clients. Both you and I, we are not interested in pointless conversations, honey. And there are people in my DMs who are arguing with me about that. And I'm like, look, I'm busy. If you want to have conversations, please find someone else to communicate with. No offense, but I have work to do. And your client as well. Your client is busy. They have their own life. They are not scrolling for hours on social media, looking for pointless conversations. So start writing content for your ideal client, desires and needs, not some fluffy identity fluff like embody your rich identity. Who is speaking like that? Who is speaking like that? Tell me. Premium clients, especially, want and buy when you disrupt patterns, when you show them you're going to help them raise their standard. They buy your discernment, your emotional stability, your consistency of thinking, your ability to lead perception over time. That is why some people can post daily and not have the real sales or sustainable and consistent sales, while others can post like 3-4 times per week and build extraordinary authority. Because this high-level marketing is not built through volume, it's built through cumulative perception, and that takes time. And this is why so many business owners feel confused by their own results. And you oftentimes come to me and say, some things perform pretty well, others don't do that well. 1 month sales flow easily, another month it feels unpredictable. And underneath all of this, it is usually the same issue. There is not enough strategic coherence. Sometimes this could be you have a lot of visibility and engagement, but people are not activated to buy. Other times it could be that you might be great at conversion, but you don't have enough visibility. And this is also very common. There is no enough intentional sequencing, not enough deep holding everything together. Depth. And I have another question for you here. Are you actually aware what brings sales and what doesn't from all the things that you're doing? Are you aware which posts perform well? Why? They are winners. So you can use this pattern over and over again. Are you reading the data not to obsess over some metrics, but to be able to make data-driven decisions and to be able to say, okay, I see this post work well. Let me see what's the hook. What's happening in the body of this post? What's the CTA? Is there a CTA? Is this post actually built for visibility and distribution? Is it built for connection, or is it supposed to drive sales? because of course sales content is always performing a little bit slower than engagement content, for example. Do you know how to keep the engagement high and how to sell actually? Every time when you build a launch plan and the content strategy, ask yourself, what psychological experience are people repeatedly having inside my world? What is this piece of content meant to do? And here is something very crucial from buyer psychology. People do not remember isolated posts. They remember patterns. They remember how your brand feels overall. They remember whether your presence creates noise or actual clarity. Are you actually saying something that is really valuable to them? Are you able to disrupt some of their patterns? Are you able to make them problem and solution aware? Are you able to show them why they should trust you? Give me a second. There is a fly here. So, yeah. Yeah, this is what I see many actually businesses do oftentimes. And this is, if you're not asking yourself these questions regularly, like each and every month, this is the exact moment whether your business evolves or plateaus. Because scaling content is easy, once again, especially nowadays with AI, you can produce 30 shitty pieces of content in 10 seconds. Scaling content is easy. The amount of content you're putting out there, this is easy. Scaling the perception, scaling the buying pattern, scaling the client behavior, your brand, this is the hard part. And the sooner you get it, the sooner you understand this and actually understand that this is building a business, this is a marathon. It's not like I will post 5 pieces of content and everything will magically shift. Yeah, 5 pieces of content can actually create 100k euros, dollars, whatever currency you're using. But if you do not keep the structure and the coherence, you're going to make it once and you will never be able to repeat it. This is why you need to test and refine, to constantly evolve, to be consistent, not to post like 5 pieces of content and say, this doesn't work. Business is a long-term game, right? Business is something you build over time. There are different stages. Like you might be in the audience building stage and the content in this stage is going to be different than if you're already making 7 figures. You might be in the actively selling stage. You might have built an audience, but now it's time to connect more, to extend your brand. Then to keep selling, then repeat. You realize there are ups and downs and that there are different stages and there is different type of content you are going to be putting for the different purposes and different stages of your business. And this requires a completely different level of intentionality. A completely different level of leadership. I have 2 flies here. Okay. I hope you don't hear them and they do not distract you. I have a little bit more and we will be done for today. So that's why when a client comes to me, because of these different stages, and because of the different strategies we need to be using at the different stage of your business. When a client comes to me, I don't just give them a cookie cutter advice. I first look at the stage of the business, of your audience, of your social media stage, if you wish, the overall brand voice, the brand values that you have, what's suitable for you and what's not. And this is how we build your unique strategy, unique messaging, unique positioning, because you are unique. Your approach, your methodology is unique. And that's why my clients crush it, and their results are just blow it. That's why they very quickly start scaling to 100K months. But that requires intention, strategy, funneling people from your content to buy. Then we stabilize each stage. Then we keep scaling. And if your content right now is producing sales here and there, but it's not really predictable, it's not really sustainable, it's not really there is so much more potential. There are people who are commenting on your posts, and these are ideal clients, but they don't seem activated and making a buying decision. This is why I created Content Reach. I took everything I teach my private clients at a 10 times higher price rate, and I built Content Reach. This is my comprehensive content strategy program where I'm going to show you the content you need to get visible, to engage your audience, to warm your audience, and the content you need to sell, to make people obsessed with you, how to show up live and actually make an impact and sell your offers, not to just be present on social media. And Content Reach is, of course, a fraction of the price that I charge my private clients. This is where you're going to build your content ecosystem. This is where you're going to completely clarify your positioning. You will start using revenue-led positioning. This is where your authority will compound and sales will become stable. And you will know, clarity is a huge piece. This is the first win you're going to get. First of all, you're going to stop guessing and you're going to get very clear. What do I need to do? Why I do this? What content should I post to build and connect with my audience? What content should I post to actually make sales from it? How to structure this content ecosystem? And this is when your messaging starts working together instead of competing against itself. The coherence. This is when you're going to see that people are going to start perceiving you in a completely different way. Once, when my clients start doing this, I receive DMs the type of client that is now reaching out and they're coming to my DMs to buy, not just to have some conversations. They are completely different level. They want to buy. These are premium clients and they do not waste my time and their own time. That's why I'm telling you that your content is your sales infrastructure. And the earlier you understand this, the faster you will start converting from your content and you are going to build a very different kind of brand over time. So Content Reach is right now 1,300 euros and you are also getting this one-on-one private spot with me where I'm going to look at your unique positioning and your unique content strategy. This is not one size fits all. So you're getting this one-on-one spot as a bonus. I'm giving you this away at the current investment of the program. On Sunday, so you have, what's today, Friday? You have 3 more days to book your spot at this price and get this private bonus with me. on Sunday, the price is going to 2,000 euros. The transformation of this program is going to change your whole business. It's going to change how you make content, how much time it takes you. You're going to stop guessing, and you're going to start converting from your content alone. People are going to start buying from your content alone. And your brand is going to go on a completely different level. So the link is here actually attached. But of course, if you have questions, come to my DMs, say Content Rich, book your spot and get this private bonus spot that I'm giving away right now. You're getting this at the fraction of the cost of what it's usually costing. Let me know if you have any questions. Put your comments, put your answers to the questions that I asked you during this live in the comment section, and I'm going to read them. And feel free to come to my DMs. Let's shift your content strategy, because there is so much more potential for you. I want you to make easy sales quick. Thank you so much for being with me. And I'll see you on Tuesday for Tuesdays that slay. Get in the success circle if you're still not there. Bye.